You. Welcome to Your World. Today we are live at the ZTech University and we are having an amazing show lined up for you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And this being a Tuesday, it's all matters relationships. Karibuni sana, even as we talk about the impact of social media on relationships. In today's show, we have an audience that will be engaging us and letting us know what is their social media life looking like. Is it on the positive end of things or is it in the negative end of things? And even before we get started on this conversation, just to let you know that more than half of the world is on social media. And that is about 62.6%. That is about 5.07 billion people around the world now using social media. And, you know, within just the last 1 year, 259 million new users joined social media. And we use about, 2 hours plus every day on social media. So it's a huge part of our lives that needs to be talked about. Things that used to happen back in the day are not happening now. Meaningful conversations, face-to-face conversations, a lot of bullying, a lot of good things as well. They say social media is a double-edged sword. So we're going to be looking at both sides of that sword. And we have a question for you today. And the question for today is, do you think sharing everything on social media strengthens or weakens relationships, and why? Do you think sharing everything on social media strengthens or weakens a relationship, and why? Please let us know. We've been seeing, we know people's lives. We know how they wake up. We have Get Ready With Me's. We know how they slept, how they set up that camera to look like they're waking up. Like, we've seen all of that happen on social media. But we want to see, what are the impacts? What are the impacts of you being on social media and sharing your life like that? Remember, our question of the day is, do you think sharing everything on social media strengthens or weakens your relationship, and why? Indulge us with your answer and your reasons on Facebook, on X, on Instagram. It's NTV Kenya. And you can find me personally at It's Mikali Mary on X and on Instagram. We'll be looking forward to hear from you and get deeper into that conversation. And leading us or guiding us and giving us insights on this particular conversation is Peter Kanjagwa, who's a life coach at the CEO Marriage and Bliss. Karibu sana, Peter.
Asante sana.
I could just see you nodding and being like, this is the conversation for the day.
This is a very important conversation, especially now, because as you've correctly mentioned,
yes,
more than half of the world is on social media.
That's true.
And it has both positives, negatives. So it's for you to choose. It's like the same way that the Bible says, behold, I have put before you a blessing and a curse. Ooh. It's for you to choose. Yeah. Which side do you go to?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I'm happy you're here because there's so many questions. We have so many questions. Tukona maswali leo. We have questions to ask. We need to know as well. So we're here to find out about all of that. But before that, kindly introduce yourself. Let us know what exactly you do. I know you mentioned just a bit, but maybe you can get in detail of what it is that you do.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Mikali, and good morning to all of us. My name is Peter Kanjagwa Mugambi. I am a pastor at Life Church International Limuru. I am also a life coach and the founder of Marriage and Bliss, which is an organization that deals with relationship and marriages. Just aligning things in matters marriage and relationships. We've been in existence for about now 5 years, and we have grown, have interacted with so many people, Gen Z, Gen X, millennials, and everybody. Yeah. And we have seen the evolution of relationships from when we used to write letters to now we are writing SMSs, and now we're even having video calls. Yeah. So we have seen the transitions that we've had. And this is a very important conversation that I'm very excited to be in. I am an author, I am a husband, I am a father to 2 amazing girls. So I live in a girls' dormitory, you can imagine. Yes, I am very blessed.
Highly blessed. Very blessed. And I'm sure as you do counseling, as you talk about, when you talk to people about marriage and what it entails and relationships, social media pops up.
Definitely.
One too many times.
We've even had to incorporate it in as part of the premarital class. Because you can't run away from social media.
Whoa.
Yes.
I never thought about that because it actually is part of our lives. Yes. I'd like to find out from our audience today, but just show of hand. Nani hayuko kwa social media? Okay, Nani yuko social media. How many people are on have one social media page? If you just have one, let me see. If you have two pages, two accounts. So wengine amna? Okay, so let me see. How many have more than 2 accounts? The social media. You have more than 2. So we only have one person with one, which that would be what? Instagram. Where's your microphone? Yeah. So it's Instagram is what you have. Okay, no TikTok, no Facebook, nothing.
Yes.
Okay. How many are on Instagram? Just Instagram. Or maybe Instagram and TikTok. Let me see. Instagram and TikTok? Twinwe boldly. Yes, Instagram and TikTok. Okay. Facebook and Instagram? Oh, just Facebook. Oh, Facebook and Instagram. Let me see. Okay. So we're on more than 2 platforms.
Yes.
That means that we are exposed to even more because different platforms do different things.
Definitely.
And even before we get to the topic of the day, which is the impact of social media on relationships, there is the first relationship, which is with self.
Yes.
Mimi kama mimi. How am I relating with this social media and what the impact of that is? What do we need to look out for?
I can assure you, if some of us were given an opportunity to date ourselves, we would still be single. Because we don't know how to relate with us, but we want others to come and relate with us. So many people don't know themselves because of the things that they have gone through, their upbringing, where they were brought up from, the places that they grew up from. It has been a roller coaster of events. Before you were told, don't do this. And now you are told, why are you not doing this? So there's a confusion. And you see, there are 2 things that show up when a person is growing up. You can either grow or you can either be brought up.
Ooh.
Those are 2 different things.
Break it down.
Growth is a process, or is a system of space and time. If you have space and time, you will grow.
Okay.
But there are people that have intentionality in bringing up. If you have grown, it is a process. It is something that just happened. You added years to the number of years that you had. You celebrate birthdays. But nobody intentionally took time to bring you up, to give you values. You see, anyone that has been brought up has values. That is why there are 2 different kinds of people in every society. There are people who don't understand why they exist. They are just there. They feel the earth. They feel classrooms. They feel social media. They don't know who they truly are. And they find meaning from other people. So they are looking for other people to authenticate them because they don't have their own meaning. So if anyone else does not, you see the people who, if you don't clap for them, they're depressed.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'll go back to check kama watu like post yangu.
Exactly.
Nimeshaingia depression.
Because nata we mwenyewe haujai like.
Hata mimi mwenyewe sitaki kukani kama nina overdo.
Exactly. And there's so many people that have even opened pseudo accounts.
Yes.
So that they seem as if they have a following. Yeah. But it is them following themselves. It is the relationship with ourselves is the first relationship we must work on. We have curated a class in our organization that deals with singlehood, purposeful singlehood, because there are people that are not singly single. They don't know how to be alone. There are people, if you lock them in a room alone, they die. Because they don't know how to have their own company.
Yeah.
They don't know how to enjoy their own company. So it is high time that we have this conversation because people need to know how to relate with themselves. That you can actually tell yourself, I love you. You can actually tell yourself, you're looking good. So many people are walking around depressed because nobody's realizing. It's like the way when you have a new dress and you're all dressed up, you're all made up, and you're leaving your apartment, it's like nobody is there.
Yeah.
But the day you are not dressed up, it's like everybody is outside.
You meet your ex, mliachana vibaya.
Yes.
That ujachana nywele hiyo siku, umevaa patipati like you're dusty and crusty.
It's like life has really dealt with you. That is when you're meeting people.
Yes.
And it feels as if because you have not authenticated yourself. You have not gotten to the place where you are comfortable in your own skin.
Yes.
then it becomes very difficult to even relate with people.
Okay.
Because you are afraid, you are tired, you don't know how to say hi to people.
Yeah.
Like a quick question: how many people here during Valentine told yourself you love yourself?
What?
Interesting. That is like almost half the audience.
Yeah, that's really nice.
How many people in the world did actually wake up in the morning and before they invested in anyone else, they invested in themselves? Before you buy someone else, many people, especially us young men, we are taking ladies out to expensive restaurants that we have never been to ourselves.
That is true. Majama, ni ukweli? Ati? That's a simp. And you're not.
You're not a simp. And so many people don't know how to even value themselves. How you dress up.
Yeah.
How you make yourself up.
Yeah.
That the only time that you dress up is when someone else is taking you out. Man, you can dress yourself up and take yourself out to a hotel.
Absolutely.
And buy yourself something.
Yeah.
And enjoy yourself.
We've grown up being told to be humble. You know, be humble. Usijionyeshane lakini deep down we want the world to onyesha us, you know.
Yes.
So instead of saying, I love you, you look good, you look really good today, step out in all your glory. You want it to come from somebody else because uliambiwa ukijiambia, then you are being proud. You're being so full of self. But then there's an important bit of knowing who you are and what your worth is, and it comes from, you know, meeting you.
Yes.
Meeting yourself.
We need to have a meeting with ourselves. You see the way we tell ourselves, I will call myself for a meeting.
Yes.
To explain to myself who I am.
Yes.
That's a very important meeting. And so many people in the world need to have that.
Yeah.
So that we stop waiting for people to define us.
Yeah.
That I will not wait for Mwikali to define who I am. That my confidence is not built on what other people know about me. My confidence is built on what I know about myself.
Yeah.
That I am confident enough to even stand before people, to speak before people. The product of upbringing was a product of our parents.
Yeah.
It is them that maybe did or did not do.
Yeah.
And it is, we cannot remain, there's a statement that was going around and someone made a joke and said, before you are 30, you are going through things.
Yes.
That you
can blame somebody else.
You can blame everyone else on everything else.
Yes.
Until you get to 30.
Then it's you.
You will say that it is my background and the way I've been brought up. When you get to 30, you are the background.
You are the background.
You become the background.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I'd like to talk about communication because there's something that social media has done. Na sijui kama ni ukweli, maybe Gen Zs can let me know that you prefer texts more than calls. Is that a thing? It's a thing. So, and then emojis ziko hapo. We are not even using words anymore. It's an emoji. You go figure. If you send me an SMS, I will not even understand because it has all characters, flowers, fruits. It has many things in there, if you know what I mean. And it's up to us to figure it out. Back in the day, we used to have proper conversation, face-to-face conversations. We used to write letters to each other. But that is not happening. So even how we are able to communicate to each other is a problem. And it also rolls over to the trolls because they hide behind, as long as sikuoni naeza andika kitu yoyote, but nikikutana na wewe siwezi kuambia kile niliandika. Communication is broken down completely.
And it's affecting every area of our lives, that people don't know how to speak when they're in front of people.
Yeah.
And you see, when you go to work like right now,
yes,
you will not engage the audience on phone. You will have to actually engage the audience.
Yes.
We are building a society that has sunk so much into texting, into emojis, into all this, that they don't know how to have a proper communication. They don't know how to talk face to face.
Yeah.
That if I was to seal a deal, I would seal it better on text than one-on-one.
Yes.
If I was to do an interview, I will do better on text than on one-on-one. If I was to katia adem,
wanaingizwa box kwa text.
And some of us, sometimes we even, you engage a girl, you have talked to her on text,
Yes.
you have never seen her.
Yeah.
Then the day you come and meet her, you realize, text, nasura. haziambatani. And it's amazing.
And you find people are very vocal. Unapatanam say they text you and they are very engaging. But when you meet in person, they are very shy. They cannot even talk.
Very true.
So there are two different personalities. And I think it's very important because when you have the relationship with self, then you open up to having a relationship with somebody else, then you have learned how to communicate. And you will know if you want to be with someone who communicates or does not communicate. Ama mtatextiana tu kwa your relationship.
Very true.
Decide. But I'd like to find out before we even get to the bit of relationships on social media, how many people are in a relationship here? To inwe mkono, to see, yes, very straight, yes. Nobody else is in, oh yeah, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. About 6 people are in relationships. So for those people in relationships, let me just scratch that. If you've ever been in a relationship, let me see your hand. All your life, if you've ever been in a relationship, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months,
3 days.
3 days. Okay, great. How many of those people have shared or shown the world their partners on social media? Mlipiga ka selfie mkapost. Ukampost ukaweka emoji. Valentine's was just the other day. How many people have done that on social media? Mimi nimeinua mkono. Sijui mbona mnaogopa. Okay, you've posted. Great. I think I'll start with you because you're holding the mic and then you can pass it on to the lady. Are you still in that relationship right now?
Yes.
Yes, you are. And what was the context of posting whatever you posted?
Like, I was just showing, I got someone, maybe kuna mtu mahali. So, let them know.
So you were letting the world know that uko na mtu. So you were putting the others off. Was it your own volition or was it because they asked you to?
It was my own.
It was your own volition. Yeah. Good stuff. Let's hear from the lady. Please tell us your name before you hand over the mic. Sorry.
My name is Elvis Maseko.
Elvis Asante. Hi, tell us your name and let me know, when was that? Are you still in a relationship with them?
Hello, I'm Florence.
Yes, Florence.
I'm not in that relationship.
You're not in that particular relationship. Okay.
I'm not in any.
You're not in any relationship. What was the context of posting them? What was the reason behind, taking pictures and posting on social media? For him, it was to let the world know that siko peke yangu anymore. Soko ni mahali nilitoka.
I'm a loud lover.
You're a loud lover.
If I love, the world should know.
The world should know. Okay, so when it ended, how did you handle that with now the world knowing? We are in your life now. Tunaitangwa in-laws, cousins.
Online in-laws.
Online in-laws. How was that? Did you just exit quietly or did you post on socials?
I didn't post because it didn't end well.
It didn't end well?
Yeah.
Okay. So you quietly just continued with your life. Okay. Anybody else would like to share on posting on social media? Ulikuwa umeinua mkono. There you go. Yes. Your name, please.
My name is Benedict Mutua.
Yes, Benedict.
Yeah.
Are you in that relationship?
Yeah, I can say I am.
Okay, please explain. Please explain.
Actually, I am in that relationship.
Yes, at the situationship.
Relationship.
Ni relationship yo kweli. What was the context of posting?
The context of posting that day, it was actually to show this person that I value her.
You value her.
Yeah.
So I'm letting the world know that you are the one I've chosen. Ni wewe ninakupenda. Somehow like that. Okay. How long have you been together?
The duration
of the relationship.
It might like 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Funga ndoa, bro. Okay, but I like that there's. I want the world to know. I don't want you coming at me thinking I'm single. And for the other one is I would like for you to understand or realize that you mean the world to me, that I'm going to put you out there for the people to see. And that's where the conversation really is at. Because where is this coming from? Does it have to happen that way? And we're not saying it's a bad or a good thing, but does it have to happen that way? There are other ways we could actually go around this. Or where do we feel the need to do it that way?
There are different stages in every relationship. And posting does not just happen because you want to post.
Yeah.
Relationships have, the first one is attraction.
Attraction.
I have to be attracted to you. That is where you tell someone, I like your dimples. I like your smile.
Yes.
I like your squembe. The things that you mention that you like about a person.
Yes.
Then after attraction, you get to the next stage where it is now affection. That I want to know something new about you. Away from just what I can see.
Yes.
What is that thing that I can't see? What are the colors you like? What is the food you like? What do you want to become when you grow
Peter,
up?
I want you to hold right there. Right
Yes.
there. We'll come and answer that fully
Amazing.
because we have to take a very, 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 very short commercial break. Please do not go too far. Remember, the question Welcome back. Welcome back to Your World. It's Relationships Tuesday. And today we're talking about the impact of social media on relationships. And I love that this conversation started with relationship with self. How are you relating? What do you say to yourself? How are you relating with yourself? And what are you showing up? How are you showing up on social media? Even before we get into the relationship bits of things, we have also interacted with our students here at ZTech University, where the show is coming live to you from. And we've seen different reasons as to why they posted their better halves on social media. And before we went on a break, Peter, we were talking about why the need. What is that need that we need to satisfy when we put or post, our better halves, our personal lives on social media?
Yes, and we mentioned there are 4 stages
Yes.
of every relationship.
Yes.
And there is something that you should post at every stage. Because the first stage is attraction.
Yes.
Remember that in the attraction phase is when you like something about someone. You like the way they make their hair. You like the way they smile. You like the way they dress. Remember, this person has not become yours.
Yeah.
You have not even advanced the conversation. So once you like someone, you don't start putting it to the world.
Yeah.
Because matters can change.
Yes.
Vindu vichenjanga.
Vindu vichenjanga.
There's a place that things might decide to take a different turn.
Yes.
And that is where now it brings you to depression, because you will post someone and then you realize there are 3 other guys that have posted the same girl. And you're wondering, I thought you were mine.
Yeah.
But it was just an attraction. Then the second stage is affection, where now we get to know one another. I get to know, I like the way you think. I like the way you interact. I like the way you talk. I like the way you're articulating things. Now we have started having the conversation. Then as we are moving forward, we get to the third stage, which is conflict.
Okay.
Any relationship that has not gone through conflict is still in its very early stages.
Yes.
And after conflict, how we handle any kind of conflict is that what determines if we go to the commitment stage. Because the commitment stage is where now I know that we are dating. We are an item. We are going somewhere together.
Yeah.
So if I am to post, I will post at the commitment stage. Because we might get to the conflict stage, and the conflict stage breaks whatever we thought we had.
Okay.
So if I am to post anyone, if we are to post anyone in a relationship setup, there has to be that space that we have entered, that we have an agreement, so that I don't post you and then I'm wondering, oh my God, why are you not posting me? Yeah. There are so many people, I can tell you, Mikali, for a fact, that there are people who post on WhatsApp status, and they will post and hide for everyone except you.
So you
You
think
are
the
the
world
only
is
one,
seeing?
and they have written a paragraph.
No.
And you're thinking to yourself, my God, this man
Napendwa.
has decided. But you're the only person that is seeing. You screenshot that and you realize there are several other people that have the same paragraph with you.
They just changed the name.
And
the picture.
No, in fact, nowadays we are not using names. It's babes. So babes can be anyone. So there has to be an intentionality. And most of us do not have the conversations we need to have in the dating phase.
Yeah.
We don't know what we talk about on dating. And I like saying this, and a mentor that I love so much mentions this so many times.
Yes.
He says, dating is not a feeding program. It is a data collection center. So many of us go to dates for what we will eat and not the conversations we will have. Imeanza kukanyanga miguu kubwa, vidole kubwa. Because the moment you go for a date and the most important thing is what we will eat, then we will leave that date and we will have so many questions at the end of the day that will be left unanswered.
Yeah.
And that is why you will find someone at the end of a 1-year relationship, you realize you don't know anything about this person because you never had a conversation. You actually never dated. You were feeding each other. So that's a very important place, especially when the relationship is still beginning.
Yeah.
So there has to be questions. We need to ask each other questions that are difficult to answer. So that by the time I am posting you on my socials, there are people, like, I like what she said, she's loud in loving.
Yes.
Now you can imagine cleaning up that loudness. Because you can imagine she was posting 4 times a day.
Yeah.
Kama dawa.
Well, she's saying no, but I mean.
So you can imagine if you were posting, say, 3 times a day.
Yes.
You are posting this person on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
WhatsApp status.
Mm-hmm. And now you are no longer together and you stayed together for 1 year, 365 days times 3.
Yeah.
That is more than 1,000 posts in one social media handle. So you can imagine now cleaning that up. And all of us know that you were dating this person.
Loudly.
And now you are no longer loud. It's like I have friends who, if they don't post on Instagram in the morning, I have to call them to find out if they're still alive.
Yeah.
Because they might just be dead.
Yes.
So all of us will know that you are not together.
Yeah.
Because the loudness, the volume, the ancestors have reduced the volume now to 0.
Yeah.
So before we start posting, my suggestion would be, before we start posting, and before we go all out, before we go all loud, we need to get to a place where we have gone through the 4 stages. Now we are at the commitment stage, and we have an understanding that we are in this for the long run. There's so much that we need to do, and there's so much that we need to converse about, so that we don't put out our things on the internet. Because remember, the internet does not forget.
Yeah.
It has a way of reminding you when you have 3 kids, it will pop up something that you wrote in 2024 and it will be 2032 and you're wondering, oh my God,
who
how
was
do
that?
What
was I going through?
And maybe it is even your child that will screenshot and send it to you and tell you, Mommy, I think I see someone that looks like you.
Yeah.
And it is something that we have to be very careful about, because this space does not forget.
That's true.
Whatever we put out there has to be something that I have curated, I have thought about. I was in a relationship for 5 years, like a medicine course.
Are you telling me, Amma, this is a...
No, it's the truth.
Oh, it's the truth?
Yes.
Okay.
I dated a girl for 5 years.
Yes.
And I loved that girl.
Yes.
And I posted from year 3, not from year 1.
Okay.
So you can imagine for about 2-3 years, I was posting her on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And after we separated, it took me about an year to clean. Because every other time a pop-up would come. Memories.
Yeah.
You see the way Facebook has a way of bringing memories.
Yes.
And then it collects all your photos.
Oh my God.
And brings you Google Drive.
Google Drive,
brings you all the photos that you took on a particular day.
Yeah.
And it took time to clean that up. So you can imagine, there has to be a private life.
Yeah.
There has to be a privacy for you. There has to be what you're giving to us. I can tell you right now, I have 2 amazing girls.
Yeah.
And they are rarely on social media.
Intentionally.
Very intentionally.
Okay.
For them, I sit with them. I am intentional in telling them I love them physically.
Okay.
I am intentional in spending time with them so that now I don't have to post to everybody.
Yeah. Because they know.
They know.
Because we've seen social media, watu wanaishi nyumba moja, they've left the house together, but then social media ni I love you. You woke up with that person.
Let me tell you something, Mikali.
And probably you're not even talking.
in most cases. I had a meeting with someone. We were just having a conversation because they had a fallout with a girlfriend.
Yes.
And we had a lengthy talk. He's my friend, so we were not doing it as a counseling session. So we had a lengthy talk. We talked about what is ailing the relationship, what have they been through, where are they going, and all that.
Yes.
And when they were leaving the office, they told me, by the way, we have to go and think if we are going to be together. And that was interesting.
Okay.
But immediately they left. It was not 5 minutes out that I saw an Instagram post of them on a dining table eating. And I called him and asked him, I thought you guys were going to think about it. He told me we are not even together.
Huh?
Everyone is separate.
So
but
that
this
picture
photo,
is from in the archives.
Yes, but I have to keep that in the faces of
alive.
People so that they don't say aliwachwa. You know, we are afraid of aliwachwa.
Yes.
We are afraid of so what happens next?
Yeah.
Where does he go next?
Yes.
And it was crazy. You can imagine it's barely 5 minutes in.
Yeah, because they say that social media is a facade. Like we are all,
is.
hakuna mtu ashai post picha yake akikaa vibaya.
Hakuna.
We are always looking good, peng, tumetokelezea kabisa.
Asubuhi unaamka unafanya makeup alafu ndo unapiga
Unafanya
picha.
makeup alafu unarudi kwa kitanda unasema,
Yeah.
oh, I woke up like this.
Morning
you know,
routine.
those kinds of setups. And it's true. We are not living our true lives. And we use this social media, we use social media as a place of comparison.
Yes.
Nani alifanyiwa, alinunuliwa gari, uliona anadropia nguo na Mercedes shule, umeingia room yake akia kodi na microwave na ile TV latest. We see all those things because those are the things that we post. But do you know what they had to do to get those things? What they have to go through to keep up that lifestyle? We've seen marriages as well. Tunaka pamoja because we're influencing. Magigs zitaenda tukiachana.
The question is always when the cameras go off.
What happens? What really happens?
There's drama.
Of course, there's a lot of drama. But is it right to say then that social media haina kitu poa? Impact yake poa inaweza kuwa kuna...
Social media has a lot of good impact.
Okay.
There are so many people, even in this audience, that will tell you the people they are dating are not in Zetech.
Aha.
So we still communicate. We still have video calls. Those are good things.
Yes.
Because we keep the conversation
Connections.
going. We keep the connection going. We can tell that whenever, like for example, when I have something, I am here, we are having this conversation, it is on social media.
That's true.
It is still advancing something.
Yes.
I am here, my wife is not here. If I see anything that is good and I want to buy it for her, I will first send it to her so that
Yeah.
she approves. So it is still good. There are so many good things that come out of social media. It is just that there needs to be an intentionality to define what do I want out of social media. I have so many friends of mine
Yes.
who are influencers, who are earning from social media.
Yeah.
And they have their lifestyle. Sometimes I look at them and I ask myself, so when will I ever live in such a house?
Yeah.
When will I ever own such a phone?
Yes.
But for them, it is business. And they always come and tell me, please don't be in a rush to fight with us because some of the things we are getting them for free.
Oh, yeah.
But for you, you'll have to use money to go and get it. Some of the people that we are competing with online, I will tell you for a fact, some of the people we are competing with online to get the latest thing, they are getting it for free so that they can influence that thing.
Yes.
And so for some, it is a business and it is working. They don't need an office. They work from home. And they are earning more than some of the people that are working in offices.
Yes.
And so there has to be that definition. What do I want out of social media?
Absolutely.
When it comes to my relationship, how far is too far? On TikTok, some people are doing weird things
Yeah.
on TikTok. So there has to be that intentionality on what am I exposing this person to?
Yeah.
Spiritually speaking, there are things that we expose our people to that you post him once and that is the end of the relationship.
That's true.
And there are people who have mastered that art. They are doing a photo and then they put an emoji on their face so that you
Yes.
don't see.
Scratch to reveal.
Please.
I will protect them whatever the cost.
Exactly.
And when we look, I like that you talked about the influence culture, because to kwa influencer culture, where we look at what are they selling, what is new, what is hot, but how do the young people, especially the ones who are here with us today, deal with those unrealistic expectations, where if this is what is happening to Nani, then I expect my boyfriend who is in third year ama ndio ameandikwa kazi to also provide for me in such a way, to also make me live a certain lifestyle. For the men, the models that you're looking at, you are expecting yours to also look snatched in places, and foundation inaingia venye inafaa kuingia, you know, those things. How do we deal with those unrealistic expectations?
You have to know what you want and know what you have. Truth be told, even in this audience, not all of us are coming from the same background.
No.
Not all of us have the same things.
Yes.
So there has to be an intentionality in knowing that this is a person I'm dating. And this person that I am dating is only able to do so much. They might not be able to do a lot now, but they still have a way to go.
Yeah.
There are things that they will grow into.
Yes.
When I was dating my wife, my now wife, who was then my girlfriend,
Yeah.
I was jobless.
Ooh.
She had every reason to look down on me because she was paying for the bills. She insisted that we go, and I tell her, man, I have nothing.
Sina kakitu.
And she would say, I really want to spend time with you, and I have it. So let's come and sit and have that conversation. Let's have time together.
Yeah.
So for her, it was more about the conversations that we would have. The day we started dating and we progressed like for a month, I got a job. And the job I got was paying me 4 times what she was earning. So what would cause me not to give her everything?
Ish.
If she looked down on me when I didn't have,
Yes.
then I would be very categorical in showing her when I have.
Absolutely.
So we understand the stage that we are in. Maybe the stage that he's in right now, he's only able to take you to, I don't know if they're still calling the mess.
Mess. Kuna mess. Ni mess bado. Place ya kukula.
Mess, eh? So maybe he's able to buy you food from the mess right now. But one day, he will take you to Kempinski.
Yeah.
So there has to be, I understand where I am right now. I understand where he is right now. I am happy that everyone else is getting what they are getting. Clap for everyone else until it's your turn. Because you never know. How long will it take?
Yeah.
You might love this person for the next 1 year, and it seems as if 1 year is too long, but the next 50, 40 years is going to be bliss.
Yeah.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
So I have to know, what am I going for in the relationship right now? What is making me want to stay with this person? Is it what they are giving, or is it what who they are? Am I liking Mwikali because of how she looks?
Yeah.
Or am I liking Mwikali because of her personality, of her heart?
Yeah.
Is it her body that I'm going for? Is it her spirit, her mind, her intellect?
Yeah.
Is it that I'm going for?
It's interesting because most of the times we do not have those conversations. And I'd like to find out from our audience this morning. G, Apo, tuko na mic? Where's the mic? Do you have? Oh, great. I don't know why you're giving it back. It's on you. But when we look at how we consume social media, how vitu unaona hapo na unataka vitu better in life zenye unaona watu wengine wako nazo. But have you ever had a conversation with self, those ones for maybe I will get it at this point? And if you've ever been in a relationship, have you ever gotten the pressure to, provide a certain way for them in your own level, to provide for them as a demand from their end because they saw Nani being treated this way, alikuwa ananunuliwa kwa mess, nyama ndio expensive. Ni how much ile chakula expensive? 250 iko na nini na nini? Ebu niambie. Iko na chapo. Ako na mic. You can just speak into the mic. Ati 250 bob iko na nini?
250 iko na ugali kuku.
Ugali kuku. So hiyo ndio ile expensive. Ukikula hiyo ni siku ile uko fiti kabisa.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a relationship where you felt the need to provide, ama alikuwa anakupatia demands za lazima unifanyie hivi na hivi because of other people receiving the same kind of treatment?
To be honest, no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But have you had these conversations with a person that you're probably getting into a relationship with? Ya kuweka katiba chini ama constitution chini ya kujua mimi ndio huyu, hivi ndio niko na nataka tuende hivi. Ama inakuanga tunalaikiana tu tuende tukijuanga mbele mbele.
Yeah, ni kulaikiana.
Just hold the mic closely ndio kusikia vizuri. Ukikosa kuweka mic hapo tutakusikia. Hivyo.
Ni kulaikiana tu hivyo.
Ni kulaikiana, so conversation inakuanga pengine haitatokea saa hiyo. Mkianza pengine kukosana ndio conversation inaanza.
That's the main.
That's the main.
Yeah.
Kulaikiana and then you move on. Okay. Anybody else who'd like to contribute to that? Okay, we have a hand over here. And tell us your name. Uyo huko nyuma wa kukuchapo hajatuambia jina.
I'm Victor Minor.
Victor Minor, yes.
I've had a situation whereby, due to the idealized relationships on the social media, they end up affecting my relationship because once my girlfriend sees this guy in the same school and I treat the girlfriend in such a way that you should have this, and I'm letea simu.
Flowers.
Mimi mzazi ananipea pesa.
Budget haikubali. So what do you do then? Sasa kwa sababu amekuja na budget yako, by the way, labda hiyo semester usikule kuku gali ndio uweze kumsatisfy.
So imebidi pay na fix, like anakuwa accountable kwa pesa yenye namuingiza kwa hustles zenye mimi nafanya. Pia akuwe accountable, apate pesa pamoja. We go out, as in we share the cost. Imefika your point, I make her know we have to share the cost. We are both comrades.
Okay.
Hey.
Kwa hivyo si ati anakuwekelea burden pamoja. Hujai kubali
Misi mzazi.
Yes,
mzazi.
Okay. Yeah. Anyone else who'd like to contribute? Okay, you have a mic.
Of all ladies, or most.
Please share.
My perspective.
Yes.
I don't know why people get pressure from social media. If I'm dating someone, I know their level of earning. And that is the least important thing to me. Whether you earn zero or you earn millions.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
Elvis is looking at you funny. Have you seen?
Dated me, bro.
Elvis,
So according to me,
yes, Flo.
If you can't buy the same thing 5 times, don't buy it.
Ooh.
You can't buy a bouquet of flowers 5 times.
Wachana nayo.
Leave it.
Yes.
It's not in your level, leave it.
Okay.
I don't even like flowers, so don't.
Yeah.
If you can't take me to this place for 5 times, like daily in a week, stop.
Yeah.
And if you can, sitakwambia unipeleke 5 times.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Do it once, but ukuwe na ile ability ya kufanya more than that.
Do not start on a certain level and not maintain.
Don't strain for me.
Okay.
Bro, don't strain for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Elvis. Elvis, please let us hear you. Yes.
You see, namana kwambia social media imependa way that a man anafaa provide most of the time.
Yes.
So my brother here said that unatema hakuwa na kazi.
Hakuwa na kitu, yes.
But the wife was providing. But my sister here anasema uchali atanipeleka hii place more than 5 times kama ako na wewe, si ndio?
Yes.
But what if wewe unipeleke? Tunaona?
Yes.
So social media inafanya
yes.
that most of the things they have to come from the man. But unajua wewe ya kuomoka kuna mwenye atomoka na 20 years
na kuna
mwenye 40, mwenye 60. So my question is easy. Utavumilia na mimi hadi nifike 60? And I expect nimpeleke more than 5 times.
Yes.
So no.
Yes.
So social media man, wewe kwa na pesa yako.
Yes.
You don't know what the person is doing to earn this thing for me to support the girl.
Okay.
So just go with me.
Go to my point. My point is,
yes,
don't do it 5 times.
Yes.
If you can't do it 5 times, you can't afford it. So leave it.
live within your means.
Yes.
So if your means is
and if I
Chapo
have
Dondo,
it and
let's
you
just do
don't,
that.
na nataka tuende place na is afford na uwezi, we'll go.
Yes.
Tutaenda.
Uh-huh.
If I meet this nice thing and it's within my range, na ni kitu umekuwa nataka for a while,
yes,
I'll get it for you.
Okay.
I don't care what you get in return.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You need to force
Your name, your name. Your name, please.
The point is
the
hot.
The point is hot. I hear you, but I need to. Can you shikilia hapo? When we come back from this break, we are starting from your question, and of course, Peter, you'll need to answer. Which one? It's getting hot up in here. This is Your World. We are at Zetech University having an amazing conversation about the impact of social media on Welcome back. Welcome back to Your World. The conversation is going on even on the break because it is teamy, ukunyuma. But then we are going to take this also to the people at home to let us know, what do you think about the question of the day today? Do you think sharing everything on social media strengthens or weakens relationships, and why? We're talking about the impact of social media on relationships, and we are at the Zetech University. Na acha nikuambie, maneno ni moto, maswali ni mengi, and joining us to help us tumengangana Peter. We got reinforcement. Carol Mwende, who's a youth mentor, is here with us as well. Karibu sana, Carol.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You have come to save us.
Well, let's see. Let's see
how that goes. So we're talking about the impact of social media. And we've already identified people who've been in relationships, the pressure that comes with that from social media, the expectations on them as students, and from their counterparts being like, and Flo had some very interesting comments. She said, if you're not going to do it 5 times, please, you're not on that level. Stop it. Don't do it. Wachana. And if you do not have, I will step in. I will help. And Elvis also had something else to say about it, like apana wewe. Because during the break, ilikuwa, hizo ni nini una watch, series za LA. But then before we went on a break, you had a question, so kindly maybe you can just tell us your name and the question that you had.
Yes, my name is Kazungu Kengambogo. So to add on the conversation that we had, I could say sometimes you have to fake life, like in a relationship. You have to fake that relationship in such a way that, like, for instance, mali natoka coast huko.
Yeah.
Watu unapata hawana pesa, but wao wanangangana tu kutafuta vile watuonyesha wapendwa wao wako sawa. So napata kama ni kuvaa, mtu anangangana vae kiatu ya 10,000 ama nguo ya 2,000 na yeye mwenyewe hata haezi afford. You see, so mtu anaweza ingia tu kwa hizo njia za haraka ili apate pesa ile aweze kumuonyesha kwamba bado ninampenda.
Yeah.
Lakini the real sense yeye mwenyewe hana kitu.
Kweli.
Hivyo ndo mambo yako sasa.
Hivyo kwa ground.
Yeah.
Na tutachukua maswali mengine, lakini Carol, please, can people hear your voice? This is your camera. Introduce yourself as you respond to that. I'm sure Peter has also responses from the questions that were asked earlier, but karibu.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. My name is Carol Mwende. I'm a youth mentor, among other things. And thank you for having me today. So, social media. That's a very touchy subject,
yes.
Very, very touchy subject, especially with Gen Z.
Yeah.
Honestly, why kill yourself? Why kill yourself trying to show ati fake life? Why? As in wewe ujiumize, watu wengine wafurahi. And then if you actually die, or life will move on.
So, you know, usipofake your life according to vile ilikuwa naelezea, utatokwa tu. obvious.
Kwa hivyo ukikosa kufake hauna mchumba.
Unakosa, yani unaachwa hivyo. Sasa unaachwa tu mtaani.
Kumaanisha basi huyu mchumba akupendi kwa sababu yako wewe, anakupenda kwa sababu ya hela zako na maluku.
You see, atakuwa interacted to other people.
And that's why. Okay.
Sasa akijua hana kitu, maybe you cannot afford to take
the shape that she has. Shape inaendanga
kweli,
ndio upotea haraka sana.
West inaendanga.
Ukileta first born second born itapotea. But what keeps me in that marriage is her. Yeye ndo nilipenda. So hiyo ya kufake, it works for a moment, it keeps her for a moment, but bado utatokwa. So choose wakati wa kutokwa. Tokwa mapema, usiumizwe roho
na usiingie kwa madeni.
Kama hauna deni, hauna loan kwa nini. So from a man's point of view, I would rather atoke tu mapema. Niumie kidogo, nisikie now I am single, nitatafuta mwingine, alafu niendelee kusongesha maisha. Kwa sababu maisha lazima iendelee.
Kweli. Kuna mtu mwingine ana swali, ulikuwa unasema percentage? Chukua microphone.
Purpose of records. My name is Glenn Eugene. Najaribu kusema ati venye amesema ati kupata dem atakana wewe. Tuko Kenya lakini percentage yao madem kupata wenye wanaweza kuvumilia hiyo venye ati hauna do, it's very minimal. Juu sahi ukipata mse yes utawapata, si ati nini. Utawapata obvious juu. Lakini kuna a friend was a friend. Obvious kawe ni dem, unaona beshte yako mwingine dem, anatritiwa vipoa like akona hizo vitu zingine, anakuja anakuambia niko na hii na hii, alafu ndio kwa boy wako, then all of a sudden ana kitu like
yeye anakuambia tu I love you.
Month ya kwanza utavumilia, month ya pili unaanza kudoubt, ya tatu unafanya nini hapo sasa? Dem ataanza like should I go, should I not? Ayana atakuwa na trust issues, maybe anaweza amua sake part nyingine ya kutoa. Sasa unaona kuna like quarrels kwa your relationship. Kuna penye mnaenda sasa. So maybe ukwetu unaweza msustain in a way, but kusustain ni ngumu.
Karo Mwende, please help us. Help us. What is it? What is it? What are we looking for? Kwa sababu hizo relationships zinaribika from uko chini. Kile unatafuta kama chali na kile kama dem nina present as ama ninakuja kuchukua kutoka kwako. Hapo kwa foundation kanakani kama kakwa bit maki.
See, if the foundation is not right, you will build, see, like this building, kama foundation haiko sawa, you'll build. At some point, when the weather is like too much, it's going to calm down. And if you have a chick who akona wewe at you have to sustain her, as he said, at some point, labda utamsustain paka the place where you have like $1 million, like she's demanding $1 million per month. Haya, atapata mtu mwingine in about a year who is giving her 2 million or 3 million. Don't look for someone who you have to invest in, who you have to sustain financially. First, kuna zile vitu fundamental. Are you guys compatible? Are you guys, is there love? If you start with the foundation of money, especially you young guys, first of all, what are you even doing in relationships at this age? First of all, as in you have so much time. Hii time ni time ya kusoma. I know it's not a popular opinion. Najua, I'm seeing some of you guys rolling your eyes like, what are you talking about?
As a man, wezi kana dem, like your period yote, alafu, like, hadi utafeel vibaya juu umnini, hauna hiyo do ya kunini. Like,
Ufai kusikia vibaya.
Kuna venye utafeel, like, niko na dem lakini I'm trying my much but sijafika ile nini. Nataka
then huyo sio wako. I think we need to get to a point where we love ourselves and know ourselves so much that you do not bend over backwards to make someone else happy at the expense of self. Yeah. So, you as a person, kama ninapenda nani, mimi nakuja na love yangu. Hiyo ndio kitu mimi niko nayo. Wewe yeye ameenda social media ameona zile vitu ameona. Are you willing to take those demands that they get from social media, from influencers, from socialites that are doing whatever it takes to get those kinds of lifestyle? Aujipendi kama hautamwambia I can't do this. So ni ujichague pia wewe at this age, because if you do not choose yourself now, hautajichagua tena, because this
chini tena ucheze PS Monday to Friday. Haujitumi alafu useme unajua hivi ndio mimi niko. There has to be something that you're doing. If you go back to the foundation of relationships, which is in Genesis chapter 1, God put Adam in Eden and gave him work to do in Eden. So there has to be something that you're doing. Because Mikali, we can get ourselves in a mix.
Yes.
Where we are brooding a team of people that do not want to work because, sina kubali sina.
Even ndio niko.
But hauna kitu yenye unafanya. You see, I would rather you have something that you're doing that is giving you 100 shillings that you can actually say, nitakupeleka mess nikubaie chapodondo. Then that has taken you somewhere. Then ukae chini ucheze PS useme ndagoja ile siku yenye nitapata job inanilipa 6 figure. You know siku nitaanza kufanya vitu. So there has to be a progression that is there. You have to take your responsibility as not just as a man, but as the person that is taking charge of that relationship. You take responsibility. Unaweza kosa kumpeleka Kempinski saa hii, but mess is good enough. Ikifika time ya Kempinski, man utaenda Kempinski.
That's true. And we are told growing up ni vitu tulikuwa tunaambiwa hii hakuna mahali inaenda itakuwa tu, and we didn't think at this age ilikuwa ina make sense. Niko like naitaka saa hii kwa sababu saa hizi ndio ninaisikia.
Kama si sasa ni sasa hivi.
But the truth is years later those things are still here. And now you have the money, you have the time, you have the freedom to do those things. Is that a question? I see you holding a mic.
I'm Daniel, and sorry to say this, but I think girls are the issue.
Sorry, say that again?
Girls are the issue.
Girls are the issue?
Yeah.
Girls are the issue? Umechukua microphone floor?
No.
Okay, sawa.
I'm saying this because one thing that I've realized is that a guy might decide that I'm going to save for something that I want to provide for her, but at the end of the day, she will leave because she'll say it's not enough. So the main issue is not the guys for trying to provide too much, it's the girls for wanting too much.
Aha.
Yeah.
You strongly feel it's the women who want too much, even after you've given your best. Your best is not good enough for the girls. Is it something that you've experienced personally?
Oh, yes.
What happened?
Okay. So, it happened a while back.
Yes.
But it's the most recent one. We were okay. The foundation was good. Everything was working perfectly. And then all of a sudden, she says, we haven't been going on dates. And I tell her, it's okay because we are going to be going on dates, several I have planned, And just as I was about to tell her, we are going on one next weekend, she tells me it's over. Like, I did everything that you wanted, but because I was not able to do it right then, you have issues, OCG. No, I think girls are the issue. And that is the main thing that we should be focusing on. Not on us, not on relationships. It's the girls that should be worked on.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my own view.
That's your opinion.
And I believe almost every guy in the audience and out there is going to side with me.
Okay. Yeah. All right. We have a hand raised over there, and then we'll have all of them, and then we'll have Carol and Peter respond.
Okay, my name is Charlene. Just to answer my brother here, at our age, we are just at the sampling age. Why are you trying to satisfy someone at this age? You just sample and move on. You will get someone who you will be able to satisfy at the right time. But now, hey, you are just baby girls, you know. Like, you will not satisfy us, even if you want. You will do this and I want this. So, it will never go well with you.
Okay. Okay. Any other response or question to that? Yes, Flo?
What was
it? Daniel.
I think Daniel has a point.
Daniel has a point. Okay.
Don't get me wrong.
No, it's fine.
I'm not saying.
No, Flo is fine.
I'm not against girls.
Yes.
But to some extent, I am. There are different groups of people, and the girls Daniel is talking about, in my book, there are people I categorize on the side of people affected by social media. Because I saw, let's use Monica as a placeholder.
Okay.
I saw Monica get a Porsche from her boyfriend. Should I want that? I don't think so. But there are people who will. There are people who will be like, she got that. I want that too. And then there are others who will be like, that's her life. And this is mine. So I think he's right to some extent, but that is not the definition of every girl.
Okay.
Yes, girls are the issue, but not all girls. Please find someone who values you. And I had a question.
Yes.
In reference to our topic, the relation between social media and relationships, my question was, why exactly do people take like 100% of everything on social media and they want to, I don't know, manifest everything? I think that's delusion at its best.
Okay.
People are being delusional out here for fake lives.
All right. Okay. The floor is open. Carol and Peter. We'll start with Daniel's, and then we had a response, and then we come to Flo.
Daniel, I'm so sorry for that experience. Honestly, it's not all, and then it's girls. So at this age, there's a certain age, bado they've not grown. Okay? So I pray that you didn't take it personally, but I know it hurt to some degree. But you can't also blame a child for soiling their diapers. Okay? So if you're dealing with a child, be ready, I'm dealing with a child. This is how I need to deal with a child. Can I be honest? All of you guys are children right now. Like, you're not at the age. First of all, I talk to young people and I tell them, of what value is a relationship in your life right now? Of what value? Honestly, if you ask yourself, is it just peer pressure because my boys are dating, because my friends are dating, because chicks are dating, because you're seeing Sijui Nani or Jesus? They're having Sijui, they're driving what, or Sijui who is having what car? Have self-value first. Build your life now. You have your whole, you see what she was saying earlier. You have your whole life ahead. Najua sai tukiwaambia hivyo, you just roll your eyes, you're like, please. It's called YOLO. It's YOLO. You only live once. Listen, you can live that once, and you're knocked by a car. And you're knocked by a car. What YOLO is this? So have some self-value. If you're in school, why are you in school? You're in school to study. How kutumwa shuleni na your parents to come and start looking for boyfriends and girlfriends? That will come later. that will come back much later. Develop yourself, develop your skills, develop your education, develop yourself as a person. Because as she said, you're at the development stage. You have no business right now, honestly, if you ask me, you have no business right now being in relationships. Have friends, mingle, but don't start, what is it called? Specializing, like having like serious relationships. Mnafanya nini? Mkona nyumba mnalipia rent? Kuna mtoto mnanunulia nini? Milk? No, don't give yourself stress. The time for stress will come. The time for
it will be. It's waiting. It's doing press ups. It's kunywaing Red Bull. Yeah. Don't kill yourself right now with pressure. What you're seeing on social media, I don't know if you saw some chick. She was exposed that she's actually getting things on loans, and she's broke. And you're over there. You're over there on TikTok. Tap. For what? You're killing yourself because of pressure. Time ya kufana pressure itakam. Yeah. Time ya kufana itakuwa you'll be at a place of maturity where you'll be able to handle someone else's daughter, someone else's son. Sawa. Yeah. In my opinion, relationships they are neither here nor there at this age. I know it's not a popular opinion, but mutafika tu mahali, mutanikumbuka. I see we have 2 questions, but we're going to go on a break after like a minute or 2. You can chime in for the 2 minutes, and then we're going on a break right now. Okay. We're going to come back. I see we have a question right there, and you have a question here as well, and we have feedback from Peter as well. We are coming back after this very short break. We're talking about the impact of social media on relationships, and we're at Zitech University, and we have an amazing audience that is engaging us and asking questions that are very pertinent. If you have any questions at home as well, when you come back, I'll be checking out on Facebook, on X, and IG as well, NTV Kenya, to see what your questions are or your comments to this particular conversation. My name is Mikali. Don't go too far. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Your World. My name is Mikali, and we're having a heated conversation about the impact of social media on relationships. We are at Zitech University, and there are burning questions that are coming through. But let me just read one comment from Facebook. And this is Airo Caleb, who says, I'm a third-year student. When I came to uni, I got attracted to this Chile because she was smoking hot. But I have been raised in a strict household. Like no women, no girls, plus it makes it worse. I was in that typical Christian family. So people like us use social media for reference on how a relationship should be. From what you are saying, we should not gain reference from social media. So how do we help people like us? That is Airo Caleb. Sijui unataka kusema nini?
Interesting. One.
Yes.
I am a pastor. So I deal with young people. And there is always that place of, I want to test this thing until it works. There are different stages of a human being. And I want to quickly mention them so that you place yourself where you are. Mm-hmm. And even for the audience to place themselves where they are. The first stage of a human being is between 0 to 18 years. 0 to 18 years, you are a child. You're under the care of your parent. They are the ones that are taking care of you. You're not making any major decision. You cannot inherit anything. You're just under the subjection of everyone else.
Yes.
Then there's 18 to 30 is the years where you test, try, make all the mistakes you need to make. Because at this particular time is where you will start a business. It will fail successfully. You will start a relationship, it will fail successfully.
Yes.
This is the time that you will make all the things that you need to do. You will start TikTok Live, there are only 5 people, and then you transfer them to another TikTok TikTok live because yours is not working. And after that, between 30 and 50 is going to be the building phase. You cannot make mistakes in the building phase, because whatever you do now after 50 is managing what you built between 30 and 50. So right now, the space that you are in is a space where, especially now for the audience that is here, is a space where you will do so many things, but they will not have as much grip as should be.
Okay.
So at this particular time, you are getting to know people. Remember when you said attraction, you will get attracted to so many people. You will get attracted to this one because rangi ya thao. You will get attracted to this other one because their smile is like a banana. Then you will get attracted to this other person because their shape is like Coca-Cola. You will get attracted to different people for different reasons. And keep your base as broad as possible. Interact with as many people as possible. Because remember, a quick question. How old are you right now? 20. You can imagine if Jesus was to come back when you are 90, you have 70 years to live, right? So 70 years, the things that you do now, the person that you select now, will you be willing to stay with them for 70 years? You will be willing to stay with them for 70 years. Remember, they will still evolve. They will still change.
And so will you.
And so will you. The taste, preference will keep changing. So right now, there is a taste and a preference because of where you are. There is a time that will come where you will be employed. You will have a salary at the end of the month. You will have a car and a house. And the preference will change.
Yes.
Because you want someone that you can think together. You're not just looking for the figure or the shape or the way they look. You're looking for someone that you can have intellectual intimacy with. You can actually sit down and talk on something. Mnaweza keti chini mpange biashara na ive. So there will always be a shift and a change. So between now and 30 years, there are so many mistakes that you will make. But remember, some mistakes will leave scars that are permanent. So there are mistakes that you don't allow yourself to make because the scars will be more painful than the mistake. There are things that, there are people that got children at the age of 17. And remember, you can't kill that child simply because now you are 30 and you like someone else. So there has to be an intentionality in that understanding that this is where I am right now. This I am willing to make. In matters relationship, in matters online space, I am looking at everyone else in their online space. I can assure you there are people that are my age and they are doing crazy things. They are giving their wives vehicles for birthday. They are giving push gifts. You can imagine right now you don't have pressure of a push gift. I have pressure of 2 push gifts because I have 2 children. Yeah. So there will always be something that will go higher. Then at one point I will see someone take the wife to Kuala Lumpur for honeymoon.
Yeah.
For baby anniversary, for baby moon.
Yeah.
And that will be a new pressure. So now you can imagine you are being pressured by, there's another guy who seems to look like he has more money than I have.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I have the pressure of, there's another guy who is taking the wife to Kuala Lumpur. And I have not taken mine to Masai Mara. So there will always be a pressure on top of a pressure. So I have to understand, where am I? What am I doing? I cannot assure you that when you get to 40, they say life begins at 40, you will realize that you are just starting to live. Then you will get to 50 and you will realize you have not built anything, so you have nothing to manage. And then you'll start depending on your children and start cursing them. Because they have not done. And remember, the decisions you're making now, at one point you will have children your age and they will keep asking themselves, what did you do with your life when others were building something? Absolutely. So right now is the building phase. It is a time that try and test. Don't try and test vitu zingine zenye zitakumes. Fanya, try and test business, test self-development, self-growth. Do all the courses you can do right now. Because empowerment. Empower yourself to the place that now the decisions you will make between 30 and 50 will be decisions that will determine what you will become between 50 and 90.
Tupige hata makofi. Make your points when you're in a land home. Yeah, and we had a question right there. You have the mic? Yes.
Okay. I'm Sharifa Irani.
Yes.
And I just wanted to ask her, are you dating?
Carol.
Yes.
Wow. Tereren. Carol, please tuambie on national television. Please.
Years have changed.
And she's waiting. I think she's waiting for your answer.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
We are talking about relationship, and it's a very emotional topic.
It's an emotional topic.
Very emotional topic.
Why is it emotional?
Because
Carol, your mic.
It takes two to tangle.
Okay.
You get? It takes two to tangle, and you are investing in this person to build their trust. You cannot just earn somebody's trust out of nowhere. So, imagine you are saying like, we are young, we are not supposed to be focusing on relationships more. But how are you so sure that even if you are saying it's a try and build stage, what is the guarantee that in future actually I'll still have the same mindset? That I have to take the same path now that time is so convenient for me to be now at a relationship. You get? So, for me, a relationship is defined by somebody's mindset. Do you want the relationship? Yes. Now, why are you even dating? In the first place, maybe you want marriage. Yeah. Make that man of yours to know, actually, me, I'm just here to enjoy, it's time for me I'm not sure of settling down with you. Those red flags will come out eventually. But there are people out here that are really into relationships at a young stage and even got married at a young very stage. But the relationship is thriving. So we can be young. We've got academics to deal with. We've got issues, maybe parental or anything to do with family matters.
Yeah.
But we say there's no right time for anything. Time is always right.
Okay.
Time is always
right. So you determine this is right for me.
Yes.
At this particular point.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what, Carol, you have to say about that.
And that's true. However, as I said earlier, if you want to carry the burden of the stress of relationships, go right ahead. Because we've been there. You get, it's like we go to Mombasa and then you're coming from Nairobi. And then we're telling you, yo, at Mtito Andei, there's an accident. So don't leave now. Because I can drive. Wewe unaniambia nini? Si pia wewe umefika Mombasa. See, even me, I can come to Mombasa. But me, I'm just telling you, just watch out. Don't come now because there's like heavy traffic. There's a trailer that has had an accident at Mtito Andei. It's going to delay you. So us guys are just trying to help you. But if by all means, if you have the strength to do wife duties right now, because what is the relationship for? Cindy, see, it's heading to marriage. So you start developing yourself for submission, for bearing children, for washing dishes, for when he wakes up in the morning, you're making breakfast. By all means, if you have the strength to do that, by all means. What I'm just saying is save yourself the stress for now. Build yourself first, okay? Because you'll always have yourself. There'll always be people to date. There'll always be people to marry, okay? I'm just saying at this age, there's what is important for this age, okay? You can date, that's fine. But I'm just saving you the stress of character development, na hata hujafika 25. Do you understand? Yeah? Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
To me, I can say, to my fellow gents, you see at this age, there is a lot of confusion here and there. And if you are not married to a girl, if you are just dating, don't invest to this girl, because tomorrow is unpredictable. You don't know what might happen tomorrow. You might wake up tomorrow, you think of losing this person, you know. And if you had already invested to this person, it will haunt you. Because when you lose this person, you'll imagine of the bills, the investments you have done to this person, and now you are losing him or her. You'll get stressed, depressed, and you'll end up committing suicide, you know.
Getting into depression.
Yeah. So I can tell my fellow gents, if you are not married to someone, don't invest to her. Do the little thing you can. Don't embrace anyone. We are not here to embrace anyone. If this person is if this person is under the care of his or her parents, then let the parents take all those responsibilities. If you want to go like for a hike, ask for money, seek for that money from your parents. I seek them from my parents. I bring. Let's go. No need.
Yeah, you can just clap. It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
So no need to keep on investing to this person. To see you at the top.
Yeah.
Even if you are earning the same, she wants to see you doing something extra to prove that you are the man, you are the stakeholder of the family. So to my fellow gents, I can just say, don't spend on a lady whom you are not married to. At this early age, no, there's a lot of confusion between now at 20s to 20, let me say 30. There's a lot of confusion. You don't know the right person. We are just trying to perfect.
Yeah.
Look for the right person.
We'll try. I see you're cleaning the airwaves.
as he's cleaning the airwaves,
yes.
Let me just mention something.
Yes.
Everything is good. I can assure you everything is good. But not everything when it's off its time is good. For example, if today everyone knows that Gillette is good, right? Mm-hmm. Gillette is good, right? But if you don't have beards, is Gillette good?
No.
Of what benefit?
Because this is simply what I'm trying to say. Gillette is good when you have beards to shave off. But when you don't have beards to shave off, it is actually dangerous. Yeah. Because if I give my 5-year-old Gillette, what will happen is she will scratch her face with the same thing that is good. So it is good for us to be in relationships. It is good for us to be on social media. But is it its time? Because the moment you realize the timing, if you have ever played ile kamba ya kuzungusha hivi, everybody is right on timing. You have to be careful on timing. Because if you're off on timing, you might get the right thing, but the timing will kill you. If you eat a mango that is not ripe, it is bitter, itafanya ukuwe na minyoo. But if you eat the same mango after it is ripe, you will enjoy every bit of it. Supu itapita huku. So there has to be that matter of timing. If you have Gillette, if you have love right now, where should that love be directed? Should that love be directed to the self-development? Should that be self-love? Have you loved yourself enough to have an overflowing cup so that overflowing is actually what you're giving to someone else? Or are you working with borrowed income?
Okay.
Just to add on something, and there's something I normally tell young people. There's a confidence curse with young people that you have, in that you have time, you can.
Yes.
And I call it a confidence curse. Like you can find a young person telling maybe a 40 or 30-year-old, but then unaniambia nini? Mimi niko empowered, mimi najua, sisi ni Gen Z, sisi tunajua. And yet you're a movement going down the cliff, like condos, like going down. You get, at this age, develop yourself. Love yourself first before you get anyone to even, your point, as he said, invest in yourself first. Know yourself first. Have a relationship with yourself first. hiyo pesa unataka kupeleka msichana hike, take yourself first, love yourself first, okay? Then you'll be able to pour, as he said, it'll be overflowing. Don't have the confidence curse that Gen Zs have. It can take you down and take you down and take you down a cliff.
That's true.
Yeah,
that is so true.
It's like during Maandamano.
Yeah.
Some of the guys wanted to get to Parliament.
Yes.
But they didn't know what happens in Parliament. So the best they did is eat mchele and sit on those seats
and take pictures.
And it's the same. It's basically the same thing that we do. That you want to get into a relationship, you want to show everyone else, by then iko na ability ya kupenda mtu. Nipende mtu mpaka aseme oh. So you have that ability. It is innate. It is inside you. But once you get, there are people who, you ask a girl, so will you be my girlfriend? And when she says yes, you don't have anything else to say.
Yeah.
Now you're wondering, okay, fine. So
to do?
To end the hike, to pelekanange mess, tushikanange mkono uku around, ndio watu wajue tuko nini.
Yeah.
So what is that relationship? And what are you posting online? And how does it add to who you are? If I hold a girl's hand and walk around Zitek, after everybody has seen,
then what?
So there has to be that place where you know, even when we are getting into a relationship. Like for us, when I started dating my wife, we had a clear-cut direction. That as we are getting into this thing, we will date for 2 years. That time for 2 years ni ya kujiwana na kujipanga, then tuowane. We had a clear cut that this is what we want. We are not in it to play around. We are not in it so that we feel good. We are not in it for the sex. Because some of us get there so that we can legalize what is not legal.
Ni demu yangu. So, na nitamuoa tu. Ultimately nitamuoa. Hata kama ni after 7 years nitamuoa tu. So, situanze kufanya cha baba na cha mama saa hizi yenye tutafanya huko. If you begin, there are things that if you begin now, they will get to bite you when you get there. Okay. All right. Yes.
Thank you. This is Victor. I'm really convinced with the matters of relationship, and this can lead me to ask some question that is within our circumnavigation as gents. At times, if we converse, men, we have some dialogues. You interact with men, they told you, like in relationship, I personally can be in relationship to build myself, the same, what you are saying, and again, to have experience on the future. For example, I can date a girl so that to have experience on the near future. So I just need to clarify, is it true to date someone so that you have the experience in the near future?
Unatengeneza CV.
Yeah. So you're just empowering yourself on the same.
You're empowering yourself to be able to get into a relationship in future.
Yeah. So like, for example, I can date a girl.
Yes.
For now.
Yes.
So to be more equipped with what is like the experience.
Kunaendanga aje.
Yes, kunaendanga aje. So that you may, like, you know, when you have experience, you can have some teaching there.
Yes.
You can be like, the future side like can be very easy for you.
Ukipatana na girlfriend number 10, expertise, wewe ni professor.
Exactly.
I am not an expert though, but the floor is open.
I can assure you, everybody is very different.
Extremely.
The way you love this one is very different from the way this one wants to love. And most of the times, the biggest problem, why we fail in relationships, is because we love someone else in our language, not their language.
Yeah.
So I want to love my wife or my girlfriend in the way I want to love her, the way I want to be loved. So in most cases, even if you date 50 women, I can assure you, the 51st one is very different from the 50. So one, you have to know, what do I want? What do I want? What is that thing that I am looking for in a lady? The person that I want to spend the rest of my life with, what do I want? Is this person having that? The bare minimum. The bare minimum cannot be looks. The bare minimum cannot be feel. The bare minimum cannot be the things that they have. The bare minimum is her character, her intellect, because that is what you will live with. So once you get that bare minimum, you know, I want a person who, number one, is born again. Number two is a person that is a thinker. Number three is a person that is able to put the house in order. Number four is a person that can groom me to become. So once I get these characteristics in this person, I will not toy around with that person. Because these are the things we can change. The way she dresses, we can change. The way she puts on makeup, we can change. But we cannot change the way she thinks.
Nope.
You have to have your bare minimum. As an individual, what is your bare minimum? That is what we are looking for. You're not looking for it. You cannot find it in 50 women. Then once I get the bare minimum, hizi vitu zingine tutatengeneza. Tutanunua Brazilian weave, tutanunua makeup, tutanunua nguo, tutanunua heels, tutaenda Hilton. Tuko sawa. But hapa kwa, are we able to think together? Yeah. Are we able to love each other? Even love is not a feeling, it is a doing. So away from the feelings that I have, will I still choose this person? That question is very important. If I was to remove the feeling that you make me feel, nikitoa hiyo na radi, nikitoa hiyo, will I still choose you to be a person I will spend the rest of my life? If I will not choose you, then you're not the right person.
Yeah, two final questions before we come to the end of the show. Yes.
Okay. My name is Mudachi Joseph, yeah. I just maybe something to say on what we've been discussing. Like for me, I think that the reason why the social media affects like men specifically on matters relationship, one may be the men put some expectation in ladies during the first approach. Like you'll find that a man wants a lady, then when they meet the first time, maybe the man doesn't have anything. So he puts some expectation in a lady that this lady sees the boy like akona pesa ama nini. And that's what the man ataki kuloa the gangster points chini ya julikane ana pesa. So itaendelea hivyo. Then the man anaendelea to kuhide. He keeps on hiding. Then finally it will be known. Yeah. And when it's known, anakuwa mshindo kumpeleka out like something like that. That's where the problem comes. So for the men, I think we should just give the first impression of you should be the real you. Yeah.
Okay.
If you meet and I don't have money, I should just say that.
Nichukue nilivyo.
Yeah, and explain to her everything. Let her know you. So if she'll agree to go on, you'll just be okay. And if she doesn't want, let her go. It's not.
All right. We have about 1 more minute, so we'll take the question quickly and then have our guests give us our final remarks as they answer your question.
Okay, sorry.
Yes.
You said that when you meet that person, that you feel like she's the one, without even the feelings and everything else, that you can choose up despite everything. So are you saying that it's good like to keep them when the moment you find them, because of course we know it's not easy to find that person, but so when I find that person, is it okay if I keep them from now up to when the marriage comes in?
Are you keeping? Do they know if you're keeping them? Do they know? Do they know that you're walking this journey with them? That we are together? You are holding one avocado and also touching other avocados to see which one is ripe to take home.
No, like just keeping that one person, like being
just the one. Okay. Okay, cool. Hi. So as we finalize.
Beautiful. One, when you realize that she's the one that fits you, and you have agreed that we are in this for the long run, it takes two to tango. It is not just you. You have to agree that we are in this for the long run. And also put timelines. What we have done as an organization, we have put structures. We have different classes. We have a singles class that teaches you how to be singly single, so that you can date yourself. You can take yourself out for a date and learn yourself. Second one, we are doing a dating class. A dating class is to structure the conversations. We said dating is not a feeding program.
No.
It is for data collection. So when you're going for data collection, you have to have questions to ask so that those deep questions you have asked them. Then you graduate from that, you enter the premarital class that teaches you what happens in marriage. And after you get into marriage, you enter the postmarital class, because when every mother delivers a child, they have to go for postnatal care. So you have to have intentionality. When you are intentional and you know what you want and you have gotten what you want and you know when you want to get into it, sit down, agree, we are going to have this thing, we are going to get married in 2030. Are you willing to wait for that 5 years that is remaining? Yeah. Am I willing to wait for that 5 years that is remaining? What are we doing between the 5 years that will help us that when we get there, we are still as strong as we are right now? Okay. What should we not do so that we build towards the same?
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Mwende, as you respond and give us your final remark.
There's a verse that in the Bible that says, everything is permissible. You can do anything that you want, but it's not everything that's beneficial.
Yes.
This you'll come to understand fully when you're mature. Okay? Everything right now might seem cool and okay. Everyone is dating, everyone is having, guys your age are having like 3 girlfriends. Girls your age are having wababas, and it seems like the cool thing to do. But let me tell you, you won't be young all your life. As he said, build now.
Yeah.
So that you know what it is that you're going. They say, panda. Yeah, that one. Whatever you sow, you'll reap.
Yes.
Okay. So if you sow jokes and you're with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, you're with every Mbaba, you're with every chick who's having hips and gee what. Listen, that is how you're going to be. That's the character you're going to carry into adulthood. And is that what you want? And if you had a child, is that the person that you'd want your child to date or to marry? I was dealing with another Gen Z just shortly, and she was like, me at work, my boss can't tell me anything, like, and she quit. She was like, me, I can't be controlled. I asked her, if you had an employee like yourself, would you keep your employee? Because you think you're on this other side,
yes,
it's cool to throw papers at the boss. By the way, I quit. So and then she was like, I'll start my own company. That's fine. Start your own company, and then you get employees like you.
And then what happens?
And then what happens?
That's have to really go.
Sorry, that's why I say it's a curse of the confidence of being young.
Yes.
Don't get trapped into it.
Okay.
You still have time.
Asanteni sana. You've been an amazing audience. Tujipige makofi. Thank you so much. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Carol. Thank you so much for guiding us through this conversation. It is a touchy subject. It is one that we need to have over and over and over again. Thank you for tuning in, our viewers at home. Thank you for keeping it your world. We'll love that you join us, that you talk to us. And we'll see you tomorrow, being Wednesday. We are all about health.